I.S.U.P.K.
So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek while this wicked world trying to smother me? Something gotta shake, I'm gonna cry it out. Time to gird up my loins and ride out. In my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't want to see no more desolation.
Let me show you that the oppressor has always been an evil and wicked and monstrous murderer, man. From the beginning. I'll show it to you. The oppressor has always been a coward. When you're an unarmed black man, he'll murder you in cold blood. If you're an unarmed Latino man or woman, he'll come in your house and murder you in cold blood. But if you got a gun, oh my goodness, especially if you're a brother, you're going to die. But if it's another oppressor, they try to afford you every opportunity. You want to know why? Because the oppressor is an evil, wicked monster, man. He targets the weak and feeble amongst our people, and I'm going to show you that. Let me Deuteronomy 25 and start at verse 17.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse 17. Remember what Amalek did.
Remember what who did?
Amalek did.
Let me give you a history lesson. When we came out of Egypt the first time, because we're in Egypt now. Egypt is bondage, man, captivity, slavery. We walked out of it the first time over there in Africa. But now, when we walked out of there, we was going to war with all of these other nations. And guess who came out and attacked us, man? Amalek. You want to know who Amalek is? Amalek is the oppressor, the white man that calls himself a Jew and is not a Jew, but the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Amalek is the chief house of Satan, man, and they stole our identity. God said, remember what Amalek did, man. And now I'm going to show you what Amalek did and show you that the oppressor still does this today in 2022. Read.
Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way.
By the way. He came out by the way. When we came out of Egypt, man, Amalek attacked us. The oppressor attacked us. But he didn't attack the strong black, Latino, and First Nation men. Because the oppressor is a coward, man. The oppressor is not going to take on the strong amongst our people. Why do you think George Floyd had to be handcuffed and slammed by 6 different cops? Why do you think that he had to go into Breonna Taylor's home and murder her while she was asleep? Why do you think that that devil Amber Geiger had to come with her gun drawn and bang on Botham Shem Jones' brother door, man? A Haitian brother, by the way. And as soon as he opens the door, murders him in cold blood. Because the white man is a goddamn coward, man. To show you that he's a goddamn coward, the Native Indian man and Seminole Indian man and woman, they didn't put you in cages, they should have. They didn't lock you up in cages. They greeted you with love and prosperity. But what did you do? What did you do after that so-called Thanksgiving and feast? While our brothers and sisters slept, you gave them smallpox doing blankets and pillows, thinking that our people were going to be able to clothe and have some hope for our young, man, to keep them warm at night. What kind of monster unleashes a vicious form of biological warfare by giving our men, women, and babies blankets and pillows filled with smallpox, and then murdering and raping our brothers and sisters while they slept and catching us off guard, man? The oppressor has always been like this, man. The oppressor has always been an evil, wicked monster. That ain't nothing new. That's the true nature of a white man. And I'm sick and tired of y'all saying, well, they have psychological issues. They need therapy. They've always been thrown off, man. The oppressor has been thrown off since the birth. We knew by the way he came out. Everybody else came out brown or a shade of brown because the oppressor has the curse of Cain, man. He bears that curse. God showed us who the oppressor is and his nature, and we act surprised to this day in 2022. That's why God said, remember what Amalek did, man. While they came out by the way, we came out of Egypt, man, rolling out. After the Lord killed our enemies, man, the Egyptians, man, them Africans, and the oppressor attacked us, man. But didn't just attack us, he attacked the weak amongst our people, man. He attacked the feeble and the elderly amongst our people. Why do you think the oppressor goes in supermarkets? Why do you think he did his recon? He didn't go, you know what I mean, to a supermarket or a Giant in North Philly. He ain't go to Chirac down there, you know what I mean, the south side of Chicago. He didn't go to Watt. But why do you think he went up to upstate New York and Buffalo? While our people, you know what I mean, slave all them years, trying to get their retirement officer a bud just to be murdered by a cowardly white boy at a supermarket, man. The oppressor has always been a coward and a murderer, man. That's why the Lord said, remember what Amalek did.
When ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee.
And he smote the hindmost of these, man. The hindmost amongst these. You know what he did? We had most of our feeble and our elderly and our children by the rear while the strong was at front. He attacked us there for a reason. Because the white man has always been a coward, man. He's always been an evil, wicked, monstrous coward. And how do you know that he's always been an evil, monstrous coward, man? Look at what they do to our Mexican brothers and sisters till this very day. You live in the hell of Mexico because the oppressor runs Mexico too, only to be met with an AR-15 and to have you locked up in cages, man. When our people should have locked you up in cages when you came over here to America, man. We are standing on the bones and grounds of our First Nation and Mexican brothers and sisters right now, man. That's why the Lord is telling us to remember what he did. Read on.
Even all that were feeble.
All that were what?
Feeble.
All that were feeble. The feeble amongst us, the oppressor targeted, man. He targeted the weak amongst us, man. He targeted the ones that are blacks and Latinos that can't really defend themselves, man. Because the oppressor is a coward. And he's always been a coward. Read on.
When thou wast faint and weary.
When thou wast faint and weary, man. The Lord is telling us to remember what Amalek did, the so-called Jew that's not a Jew, but the devil that the Bible speaks of. They came out and smoked and killed, you know what I mean, the weak and the elderly and the children amongst our people, man. Because the oppressor has always been an evil, wicked bastard, man. We should look at events that recently just happened in Buffalo, New York, man, and understand this. That this is just the true nature of the white man. That's what it means to be free, white, and 21. To go into a supermarket and murder everybody. To go into a church and murder everybody, and they take you to Burger King. And they isolate you and put you in protective custody and prison, man. Read on.
And he feared not God.
And he feared not God. You want to know why the oppressor does not fear God? You want to know why? Because the oppressor believes he is God. The oppressor thinks that he's the real ruler, you know what I mean, of all, but he is not. You got to understand this, black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. That's why it's important for us to come back to our God. We have a God that we have to come back to, black man, Latino man and woman, and he's not in the Christian church, and he's not in the Muslim mosque, man. The Christian church or Muslim mosque would have you believe that we have to forgive the oppressor for all of the evil that he has done. Well, no. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. We do not have to forgive the oppressor, and we are not to forget about what he has done to our people. The oppressor doesn't forget about what happens to him. They quick to tell me and you that we got to forget about slavery. Okay, Shabar, we got to forget about slavery. Why won't you get over 9/11? Why won't you get over the Alamo? I remember the other side of the Alamo about my brave Mexican and First Nation brothers and sisters fighting the oppressor to the death, man. They don't forget what happens to their people. We shouldn't forget about the atrocities that happen to our people. Some of you remember 1985. Some of you remember Osage Avenue when the oppressor did what? He dropped fire bombs on blacks and Latinos and First Nation men and women in West Philadelphia. The oppressor did that, but they want us to forget about our history. We are not to forget about the atrocities the oppressor has done to us. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Now give me Lamentations 4 and verse 17. The problem is we put our faith in our trust in these other nations, man. This man that was from the LGBTQ community went into an Hispanic school, man, and murdered God's chosen people. Where are the repercussions for that? Where's the repercussions for that? Where's the repercussions for a white man going into a black supermarket and murdering our people? There is not. You want to know why? Because the oppressor does not give a damn. But God forbid you touch an Asian. God forbid, Nakar, that's a hate crime. It's a hate crime if you touch a homosexual or a transformer. Hell, you tell them to use the right bathroom. And I say the right bathroom because you talk about you identify as Gretchen when you really Steve. That's a hate crime. but it's not a hate crime to murder black and Latino men, women, and babies, man. We put our trust in America, and that is wrong. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. We are not meant to put our trust in the oppressor. Like Officer Brown, you was bringing it out before. You mean to tell me, right, that we have to put our trust back into the murderer? That's like telling a woman that just got raped that you gotta forgive and trust your rapist. You would look at whoever told them that like they was crazy. And that's how we look at you, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, because the white man is the real murderer, rapist, and liar on this earth. And we have to stop trusting him and trusting back in our God, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Read what you got.
God will God. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
You want to know how our eyes has failed for our vain help? You want to know how that our eyes has failed for a vain help? And vain meaning nothing. Vain is nothing. When they was beating the hell out of them Asians in the car, they got the anti-hate bill. When the homosexuals was getting so-called persecuted. Persecuted black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, and they were not. They gave them laws, man, to protect Asians and homosexuals. But you know what we got? Everybody's so focused on Memorial Day. I thought y'all be more excited for Juneteenth. Hallelujah, Officer Bud. The homosexuals, they get a hate crime bill. The Asians get a hate crime bill. But we got Juneteenth. That's a fair trade, ain't it? Ain't it a fair trade? If you touch one of them or murder them, you know what I mean? They get persecuted. You know what I mean? They get justice for theirs, but we get a holiday that our people was already celebrating. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, we have been lied to, man. We have been lied to, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. We put in our trust in a people that cannot save us, man. You mean to tell me the oppressor, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, he really got over on our people, man. And y'all voted for Joe Biden. What did Joe Biden say about them blacks and Latinos that was murdered this past week, man? Nothing. You want to know why? Because he's focused on the Ukraine. He's focusing on helping his people. Black man, we have to focus on helping that Latino man and woman. We got to focus on helping that First Nation man and woman and Seminole man and woman, man.
We want no cowards in our camp,